Business format franchising really represents a catalyst for our economy. When you look at unemployment levels the way they are, business format franchising not only represents an opportunity to create wealth within an individual's life, but they're also creating jobs and expanding the GDP of the economy.
Franchising in the UK today has opened up a great many opportunities for individuals who are looking to start their own business. It's a great way of being in business for yourself, but not by yourself. With the support of franchisors, the network they provide, and an organised structure, it gives individuals the opportunity to take a major step from being an employee to being a business owner.
I think franchising has a very important role to play because it's a proven system, proven structure. It allows people from all different backgrounds to get involved into business and learn new skills and new ways of making money. It's so varied that there's all sorts of franchising for all different types of people.
It's a great way to get into business. Franchising is a booming industry in the UK. It's growing year on year. More people are realising that business is the way forward, and for people that have already been business owners, it's a way of finding the right system for them to work with and duplicate but leverage other people's knowledge and skills. For people that are just coming into business, it's a great foundation for them to work with systems that are already built up, processes, procedures, methodology that they can take in their own local market and really expand and grow, put in their own stamp in it, but actually just having that support to help them do that.
A very, very good franchise business advisor is an expert at what they do. They can coach you along. They can make you follow a process and a methodology that is going to enable you to make the right decisions. That's things like, what is your profile? I mean, what are your personality traits? What is it that you want in a lifestyle? What is it that you want to do with this business eventually? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to be an absentee owner? So a Matchpoint consultant can take you through that process, and if they're really, really, really good, they're going to be someone that holds you to task and helps you to get past your fears, get past the reasons that you have not done this before and have not fulfilled your dreams.
Finding the right franchise is very difficult for an individual to do on their own. First of all, it's something that they're doing for the first time, and we're seldom great at something we do the first time. But the common mistake that so many individuals make is they look for an industry that they already have a personal affinity towards. They're used to going to fast food restaurants or different food restaurants, so they'll look for a food franchise. Or there's a particular type of retail product they like, so they'll look at that type of retail. Most people are not aware that those are some of the lowest profit margin sectors within franchising. What's really important to understand is what function you as an individual would enjoy performing, and to understand the role of the franchisee. It's not so much about a product or an industry, but rather the role of the franchisee. That's what our seasoned advisors understand within each system. What is that role of the franchisee? And then of course we match that with the candidates that we're interviewing.
And the Matchpoint process is all about you. So we're not throwing brands at people. We're not confusing people with their own assumptions of what they think franchising is about. We start our process talking about the candidate, talking about the clients that we work with, because we want to know what makes you tick. And we also want to know what you're looking for from a business. Because if you're happy in your business, you're more likely to be successful. And it's like anything in life. It should be about enjoying the journey as well as the end goal and the result. So if we can get the right kind of business for the right kind of people, then we've done our job right.
Matchpoint's structured process starts with an initial overview of the service that we provide. We always make sure that we fully explain to our clients and candidates how we can help them and what our process entails. It's very much a two-way street. We can provide help, support and advice, but we need the full commitment of the clients that we work with in order to be most successful. The first of these stages is to have an introduction in detail to how we work, followed up by the completion of 2 online forms, a specialist franchise profiling assessment, which enables us to see an individual's aptitude towards business ownership and franchising in particular. We also collect a detailed questionnaire of your background, interests, experience, and some idea of what it is you're hoping to achieve through your own foray into business ownership.
The heat map and the shapes profile are fantastic tools that we have. They're really there to find out more about you. So we want to understand the industries that are particularly of interest and also resonate quite well with you. But the shapes profile is great. We have a current shape and a natural shape that we look at that looks at your skill set, so leadership, customer service, operations, sales. And it tells us a lot about you, not to stereotype or pigeonhole at all, but really so we can get to know you very quickly. Now we replay that information to make sure that you're comfortable with it. But what we've found is by doing this, we're able to narrow down searches and get the characteristics of the business, the philosophies and values that you treasure with the business owners that we're going to then eventually put you in touch with.
Consultation is where I personally like to get to know everything about the individual. I really want to get a good feel for that individual, what they would like doing, but more importantly, what they wouldn't like doing. Brand review, well, that's really where people start to get a little bit excited, because if we've done our job properly, we've gone and searched and matched you up for some particularly good brands that will help you take you to your goals and your aspirations of where you want to go in business ownership.
Well, it's very, very important if you decide that you want to purchase a business or a franchise, that you determine what is the motivating factor for doing that. Is it that you want to have more time at home with your children? Do you want to speak to people and get out of the home? Do you want to create your own wealth, your own destiny, control your own professional life from redundancies? What is that motivating factor? Do you want to pass on a business to your children? If you determine that, then you can move forward and determine the right business or franchise for you.
And the companies that we work with are very particular about who they bring on board. So they're looking for the right kind of individuals for their business, because longer term they're more likely to be successful if they've got good franchisees.
The strong aspects of a research are, when you're doing your due diligence, you need to understand what the business model is, what the daily routine of that operation. You as a business owner, what are you going to be doing? What the rewards are you going to get, both financially and sort of emotionally out of it? Is it going to fulfill you? Is it going to be something that you're going to enjoy? Those are the key things. What has happened with the franchisees currently on the ground? How are the franchisees doing in that particular business? So you need to ask some fairly searching questions of the individual franchisees that are operating at that particular time.
In terms of what people should look for when analyzing a franchise company, there's a broad range of characteristics. And again, that's why you would use an advisor to assist with that process. Certainly understanding the long-term growth trajectory of the industry that you're involved in, understanding your own personality and being able to map that to the personality characteristics that result in the highest levels of success within a particular franchise system. So most people don't know what it is that leads to success within a given franchise system, and they also don't know enough about themselves to be able to determine, do I match those characteristics? And so that's the role of a franchise consultant within Matchpoint, is to get to know you, because they already know the brands, and then to make that match.